Hello, I'm Dini Petty and I'm in East Pokot in Kenya. And if you look at what I'm holding in my hands, you're going to wonder, what is that? This is a device that my friend Art Davies, who is a minister with African Inland Mission, has been in Kenya for 35 years and has worked with the Pokot for
30 years.
For 30 years. Mm-hmm. You learned about this from
another older missionary who had used it on many occasions for snake bites, scorpions, centipedes, even bee stings, even mosquito bites.
How many times have you used this machine?
I've used it 8 times on people with snake bites and several times with people with scorpion bites.
How does this thing work and what does it do?
Well, what happens is when you turn that, it provides the electrical shock, and you put it on the person's hand and zap it like that, right there.
And what's happening is the electricity is nullifying
the poison, right, neutralizing the poison.
Who figured this out?
Some guy up in Sudan was dying of a cobra bite, and he said, I've got to try anything. So he went out to his car and he grabbed a hold of the coil wire and shocked himself, had somebody else turn the key and shocked himself, and he found that he was totally recovered within a matter of hours.
Is there any scientific background or knowledge about this? And I asked that having searched the net, and I couldn't find anything. In fact, I found it's just a way to promote stun guns, and it's all BS.
No, there's a scientific thing about it. In chemistry, in high school chemistry, they teach you if you put electricity into any chemical, it changes its composition. So they say, well, this isn't a chemical; it's a protein.
Right.
But it also changes the protein into a different composition, from being poisonous to non-poisonous. And that's the fascinating thing, that it actually goes that way.
What's the worst case you've ever resolved with this?
Probably a lady we met when we were on a helicopter safari, and we were taking this with us, and we found this lady frothing at the mouth. She couldn't sit up straight. She had been bitten a couple hours before by a red cobra. And so we shocked her, and she never even felt it when I put that on her hand. And we did it 7 times up her arm, and then we waited a half hour, and then we did it again 7 times. And the next time, as soon as I put it on her hand, she jerked her hand away, because already the nerves had gotten their feeling back. And she walked away from there that day without a problem.
You've saved...
Yeah, saved her life.
You've saved 8 lives with this so far.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Show me how this thing works.
Okay, we're going to need somebody to come crank it while we...
Oh, so we need 3 people to do this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
we need the patient.
Okay, I'm the patient. I've been bitten there.
Yeah.
Is this going to hurt?
No.
Okay. Not that I'm a coward.
Not much.
Okay.
And he's going to turn it, and I'll just...
Oh. Oh, it's not much.
No.
That little. Oh, it's now it's getting more. Ah, I can feel it on my thumb. Try it on this hand for me. Wow. It's not that, I mean, if I was bitten by a snake, how did you come up with 7 times up the arm?
That's arbitrary. And even the exact number of voltage, like this produces 24,000 volts at high speed. We found that we don't have to do high speed. We can do maybe 5,000 volts and it still works.
Have you ever had to use it on yourself?
I did.
What happened?
With a scorpion sting. I was sweating. My heart was missing beats. And the pain was going from my foot where he bit me up into my groin, and pulsating pain. So much pain, I said to my wife, we're going to have to go out of here and go to a hospital. And then I remembered this shock treatment. So I put my foot on a generator spark plug. That's all I had at that time.
I've discussed this with people in my country, in Canada, who tell me this is crazy. And I've said to them, if you're in the middle of nowhere and you've got a car, and you've just been bitten by a poisonous snake, get someone to start the car and grab the ignition coil.
Yep.
And so the cars go off and on, off and on.
Right.
And you got to know, if that ever happened to me, I'd be running for that coil, and I'm sure everybody else would.
Or even your lawnmower. If you have a lawnmower at home and you get bit by a snake, just go put your foot on the spark plug or your hand.
All right, there you go. From Kenya, with Art Davies. If you ever get bitten by a poisonous snake and a scorpion, you now have an answer.